Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Sis got blah boy, sis got blah boy. Sis got blah boy, sis got blah.
Hello, my name is Ryan Damien. People call me RD. And today we are talking about terrorism. Terrorism is the use of fear and acts of violence in order to intimidate societies or governments. Many different types of social or political organizations might use terrorism to try to achieve their goals. The foundation of modern terrorism is the work of Sergei Mikhailov. Sorry, dude, if I mispronounce that, but yeah, deal with it. A Russian radical who developed strategies for carrying out terrorism. Terrorism has no official criminal law definition at the international level, but common definitions of terrorism refer to a violent act which are intended to create fear or terror. They may be done for a religious, political, or ideological goal, and often target civilians. Some definitions now include acts of unlawful violence and war. The use of similar tactics by criminal gangs is not usually called terrorism. The actions may be called terrorism when done by a politically motivated group. There are over 100 definitions of terrorism. In some cases, the same group may be described as freedom fighters by its supporters and terrorists by its opponents. The term terrorism is often used by states to criticize political opponents, as well as states may do state terrorism. One form of terrorism is the use of violence against non-combatants for the purpose of gaining publicity for a group, cause, or individual. Counterterrorism. Counterterrorism is a broad scope of things, but specific types of counterterrorism include primitive or reactive military action. What was that? Fortification and other technical means. Increased intelligence and surveillance activities. Primitive humanitarian activities. More permissive interrogation and detention policies for the supported terrorists, suspected terrorists. Types of terrorism. There are suicide attacks. A suicide attack is an attack where the attacker, either one person or a group of people, plans on killing people while also dying in the process. In a suicide attack, the attacker dies as a result of the attack, for example, an explosion or crash. Nowadays, suicide attacks are often done with a vehicle or an explosive material such as a bomb, a suicide bomber, or sometimes both, with a vehicle filled with an explosive device. If everything goes according to plan, the attacker is killed as soon as their attack is complete. Suicide attacks are often done in a crowded place so that as many people as possible are killed. They are common in the Middle East. Most attacks are in Israel, carried out by Hamas or other Palestinian terrorist groups. Are suicide bombings are a common family pastime in the Middle East. There's also cyber attacks. A cyber attack might not be as obvious as an explosion. It can mean a hacker is using your computer to influence others into joining their cause. or other network, or accessing your personal information. There's also chemical attacks, when poisonous agents could be dispersed through the air, water, or solid material. They can be released through bombs, aircrafts, or other vehicles. While potentially lethal chemical agents are difficult to produce and disperse quickly, there's also radiological attacks. Terrorists are more likely to use radiological dispersive device or a dirty bomb than a nuclear bomb. Radiological devices use conventional bomb devices with a radioactive material. They are designed to cover a wide area with dangerous radioactive material. These devices are meant to be dispersive to the economy and cause psychological distress. There also may be biological attacks. Types of biological attacks include brucellosis, which causes joint pain, fever, chills, belly pain, cough. Botulism, which causes difficulty swallowing or speaking, and facial paralysis. Also plague, which causes swollen lymph nodes, fever, chills, headache, fatigue, muscle aches. Also smallpox, flu-like symptoms, a skin rash across the face, hands, forearms, and trunk. Tularemia, which causes a skin ulcer at point of contact with infected animal or site of a bite, swollen lymph nodes, and severe headache. Anthrax, which causes fever, paralysis, fatigue, cough, and mild chest discomfort, followed by severe respiratory distress. Also, hemorrhagic fever, Ebola, Marburg, symptoms that are paralysis, myalgias, headache, vomiting, and diarrhea. May also include molecular dermatologic eruption. The list goes on and on. And these types of attacks are just gruesome. We did a poll on the people in our society. And the first question was, do you feel safe in an airport? 71% of the people said yes. Next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how safe do you feel in the airport? The average number was a 6. Next question. Has terrorism affected you personally? 22% of the people said yes. But in the last and final question, do you feel the government is doing enough with handling terrorism? The average number was 6. There's many things that could be wrong with terrorism, which affects many people worldwide. Many tragedies. And we all can just do our best to help out.